Last but not least, the third segment of UMass Yak Back is going to feature 4 terrible photographs. We welcome back Ben, Steve, and I would like to reintroduce last week's champion of embarrassing photographs, Molly Plain.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, I live by a code, and that code is ladies first. So our first pairing, we have Kathleen and Bridie. Who should go first, Kathleen or Bridie?
I'm gonna go with Kathleen.
Kathleen? All right. Ben, I'm gonna have to ask you what is going on in this photograph of Kathleen. She doesn't look quite herself.
Well, she looks young, and she's wearing some sort of tiara, and
Is
she
it
looks
real? A real
it's.
tiara?
What?
I mean, it's debatable. It could be real, but
Could be
it
phony.
looks like it costs about 30 cents to make. And she looks like she's about to be performing in the movie Grease as Sandy, like bad Sandy at the end of the movie, not like good Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got like a perm for some reason, and I don't think anyone has
Dude,
really
she
had
was
a
like
perm.
10 in that picture.
Is that a 10-year-old person right here?
Something like that, I think.
Should I not be commenting on a 10-year-old? Is that the wrong thing to
Shouldn't
do?
be saying she's like bad Sandy in Greece.
A young bad Sandy.
A young bad Sandy in
Which
Greece,
is,
okay?
I guess it's still good
Ew.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Steve, I want you to take this photograph, look deeply into her eyes, and try to tell me what this girl is like in the present day.
This young lady is clearly an ecstatic person, filled with excitement and happiness and joy,
Some might say, yeah.
full of life. She's just oozing with enthusiasm, as you can see on her face in the picture.
What about her morals? Where do you think that? How do you think those have developed?
Well, she is a princess from
That's
the
true.
photograph, so
Mhm.
False.
I'm sure,
False princess.
I'm sure her morals are loose. I guess.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Molly, please examine the picture.
Once again, we are talking about a photo of Kathleen at probably between the ages of 10 and 13.
Hey, I was 10 and 13 once too.
Yeah, me too.
So-
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is from her Irish step dancing days. There are a lot of other pictures like this on Facebook, but this was the best one. She's dancing in some of them, and some of them she's smiling, so you can see her braces. I don't know. This is just
Braces
hilarious. The date was 2006, so it was either uploaded in 2006 or like someone added the date 2006. Either way, this is very old and very shameful, and she should probably untag herself. But it's awesome, and I really like it also at the same time. And I miss Kathleen.
But do you find it embarrassing?
Oh, I find it very, very embarrassing. I find it hilarious that she did Irish step dancing. Sorry if that's mean. If you ever
Yeah,
see
I'm
this.
Irish. I take offense.
I'm an Irish.
I'm Irish
I'm an
too.
Irish step dancer. I take offense.
I'm not an Irish step dancer, but I'm very Irish, and I'm not offended. But
All right.
I just think this is funny.
Shall we move on to the contender? We have Bridie right now. Bridie's actually right there behind the camera, so she's gonna witness this whole
Oh wow.
judgment. Ben, initial impressions.
Oh wow, that's a good one. That's a wonderful photograph. This isn't even shameful whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. It's a nice.
It's
picture.
a nice photograph. It's just something like this. Granted, it looks like it was done in like 1984 at a middle school mandatory photo shoot, but there's really nothing wrong with that, honestly. So I'm gonna pass it on because I think this is just a really nice photograph.
Now, Steve, tell me, because I know when I was instructed to take a picture like that once, they told me not to touch the chin to the hands. Is there contact made? What's your thoughts on the
Well,
form?
John, there is absolutely contact made.
Heavy reliance on the.
Well, if this was a contest, points would be deducted. But this is a lovely young lady we have here.
That's true.
Sure, it's, I don't know what's going on with the editing of the beautiful photo here with the black and white, but then slowly fading to color. Lovely young lady, nonetheless.
I think it's supposed to be like Victorian?
Vintage?
Victorian?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a
Victorian,
porcelain
yes.
doll.
Yes, well, I
My
heard,
little China doll.
I heard that was the style of photography. nowadays.
Yeah.
My
Victorian.
grandmother has a bunch of dolls that look just like that spread around her home.
Was that taken with one of those cameras that extend like this far out, and you
Yeah,
have
with
to like,
the
get in your
hood, you
hand
get
with a
in the
hood, and you
hood.
gotta get in the hood?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Molly,
Pass this photo on.
as a lady, judge the lady.
I think this is one of the most hilarious senior pictures I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of really uncomfortable ones, but for some reason, the way that this is like color edited, I agree is very bizarre, and that is something that has always struck me about this photo. I've seen it many times. It used to be the default on the Yak Back Facebook page. Everyone should go like it because we're adding content to it now. And mostly I just am really into the pose. I just can't get over the pose. And I don't know if it's because I can never see Brady like just sitting like this or what, but this is just, I just love this and I think it's hilarious. And I don't really think it's that embarrassing. I just think it's like kind of generally funny, but I know that Brady is really embarrassed about it and that's why it's funnier.
That's all that matters, right? So right now we're going to hold one of those anti-judgment voting sessions. So I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes. Tight. All right, that's pretty good. Who thinks Kathleen's photo is more embarrassing? Raise your hands. Okay. Who thinks Brady's is more embarrassing? Raise your hand. Okay. We have a very close race, but in the end, Kathleen won 3-0. All right, so we went easy on the girls because we got to respect them. It's the code. Now we have the males. First up, we have a boy named Mike. This photo seems to be like one of those stage photos where you look back on that and you say, hey, that wasn't really me, don't judge me.
Yeah.
Ben, judge him.
I'm judging, and it looks like there's a lot of puberty going on in this photo right now.
Mhm.
This is the depths of a pubic stage, and
It's like the first time a werewolf transforms.
it is, and he's just finally seeing the light. And honestly, his skin doesn't look that bad. I think my skin at this age was probably a lot worse than this. I got to commend him for that. But yeah, he's just going a little too enthusiastic into the camera. I think he's thinking a little too much about, wow, this is going to look great when this comes out on photograph.
It seems like one of those photos that you're not yet comfortable with your smile.
Or
so
yourself.
You want to go with anything else, yeah.
Yeah, you just want to get something out. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think you hit it on the nose there. You just want to get some sort of emotion out there.
All right, Steve, what do you think of the choice of headwear in this photograph?
John, I don't like it.
You don't?
The gray on gray, it's not a good look for this young man.
Oh,
It seems a little warm, doesn't it? Who knows what
yes.
season
we
this
don't know what
was.
season it is.
It is
Probably
August.
winter.
I've done my research. This was strictly fashion.
So it's not about survival.
No. His head was indeed not cool.
Maybe it's about containing the
That's
follicles.
exactly what I'm thinking here. That hairdo, that mop he's got going on there, that needs to be contained. And no ordinary baseball cap can do that in the middle of August.
Exactly.
Not with the humidity.
It's
He
an
needed
attempt at a
full-
distraction.
He needed a full-on winter hat. And I don't think it was a wise choice.
So I totally agree with you. Molly, so tell me, as a woman, would you ever consider this boy as a suitor, a potential suitor?
Absolutely not.
Whoa.
Because this is a photo of like a 15-year-old boy, and I am 21. Also, okay, so here's what I think about this. I'm confused about why he's still wearing a winter hat, but he's wearing just a regular shirt. Because it seems like, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I found this photo, or I didn't find it, but I looked at it on the internet, and I think it was indoors. So I don't know why he's still wearing the hat. I also hate this haircut. He wore it for a very, very, very long time, it would appear. I think until he got to college, maybe even when he was in college, but I'm not sure. And it's disgusting and just really, really a bad look. No offense. Sorry, Mike.
In his defense, he might have been sledding all day.
He definitely
and
wasn't.
had to wear
I mean,
the
maybe
hat.
he was. I wasn't there.
And had to wear the hat because
That was
I've been
brutal.
someone with long male
Oh,
hair. And you can't
oh.
just take off your hat. You have
Oh.
to take off your hat, take a shower, let it
See,
dry.
I think you
That's
take off
true.
your hat and you rock it, personally.
No.
I was always into that look of like,
The helmet
kinda.
thing.
yeah. But yeah, this is just a haircut that needed to happen like so long ago, and I'm just.
It probably
ugh,
did happen
It's
so
bad.
long
It's just
ago.
like a very awkward teenage photo. Like the quintessential awkward teenage photo, kind of like Haley's was last
I'm
week.
glad, because I know we probably all went through that phase. I'm glad that
Oh, I
we
have a
chose
lot of
Mike to exemplify it.
Mm.
All right, so Mike has a challenger. This man, who was once a boy, as demonstrated in this photograph, his name is Pat. He's not here to defend himself. It seems like he was in a store. It might have been Spencer's Gifts or something of the like. Ben, can you read to me what that T-shirt says?
I'm not a gynecologist, but I'll take a look.
What is that? Like, is that like a plant?
I
plant
think
doctor?
that's a
or-
pickup line.
But what is a gynecologist?
A gynecologist, you really don't know what a gynecologist, should I explain it?
Wait, are you
Yeah.
kidding?
What's a gynecologist?
Should I be the one explaining this, or
I also don't
should,
know what gynecology
is it weird that I know what a gynecologist is now, that I'm the only
No, you
male
should
in this? I should know what a gynecologist
Definitely,
is, right?
yeah, pretty much
A,
everyone.
gy-
in the
a
same-
gynecologist is a vagina doctor.
A vagina doctor?
Not just vaginas,
Audience.
boobs too.
A what?
Boobs too.
Did not know that.
I thought
And
that was
babies.
a mammal.
But I guess
And
that's
babies.
kind of you're thinking of mammogram.
Yes.
Which is
A
weird.
mammogram.
Which is weird because I don't have a specific doctor for my penis.
Urologist.
So
Well-
A urologist.
okay, I guess there is that out there. I'm just gonna pass it on now because I think it's embarrassing. That's an embarrassing photo.
See, now that you know what a gynecologist is, do you find it applicable? That seems like a job that only women could have, but is that a
Oh,
women's
There's a
exclusive?
weird amount of male gynecologists out there.
Really?
John, I don't think anyone's gonna let this kid take a look.
Ouch. Why do you think it's because in the picture he's too young for vaginas?
Well, clearly he's just so handsome. Women would find this handsome man intimidating. They wouldn't want to drop their drawers in front of him.
Exactly, they'd be way too nervous about
He's
his
way
judgment.
too nervous, especially at this tender age of 13.
Tender, tender indeed.
15.
Oh,
This
That-
is 2007.
2007.
so Molly, I have to ask you, if you were in the market for a new gynecologist and you were taking
The
headshots,
market.
They were
would you
taking
consider
headshots.
Pat?
I don't think I would ever let Patrick Amadon be my gynecologist. There's no way in hell.
But don't you think
Not a
it's
chance?
such a great interest at such a young age would have developed into probably expertise by the time he has finished grad school? He'd probably be top notch.
I don't
I'd
really
say
see him
so.
getting into medicine, but as the only person who knew him at this age and was like on Facebook when this photo went on the internet and like knows all of this, I have to say that this is one of the most shameful pictures I've ever seen, mostly because of the face he's making. It's super creepy and gross. And now, in retrospect, this is hilarious to me because we've talked about many times that he was everyone's practice guy in high school. Because he actually had like a lot of women, like a lot of the like middle school girlfriends and
Looks
like
like the
freshman year,
shirt
whatever.
rings true.
Wow.
Yeah, so like it's kind of funny because like you'd be surprised, like people
I am
actually might have let
surprised.
him take a look, and I don't know, it shouldn't be
getting
the way
hungry.
that it is. I don't know. This picture makes me really uncomfortable, and I laugh a lot, but I'm still really uncomfortable 6 years later. So
All right. So, not to make you any more uncomfortable than you already are, but please close your eyes. Tight.
I'm like,
Okay. Who thinks that Mike's picture is more embarrassing? Please raise your hand. Okay. Who thinks that Pat's gynecology picture is more humiliating? Please raise your hands. Okay. You may open your eyes. The votes are in. I tallied them up. I did the math. It turns out Mike has the more embarrassing photograph.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, despite what we just said about Pat, we have to let him off the hook because
That's
as much as Pat looks ridiculous, no one wants to be Mike.
I voted for Mike because I know that Pat's not embarrassed about this picture.
Oh, okay. So you
so
know.
it's like less embarrassing.
All right. So now,
Mike might not be embarrassed about
so
his.
now I
Third person
want
judgment.
to find the winner for the day: male versus female, the natural matchup. Who thinks? Wait, close your eyes. Who thinks that Mike's picture is more embarrassing than Kathleen's? Okay. Now I would like to ask you a question. Who thinks Kathleen's picture is more embarrassing than Mike's? Okay. Okay. All right. You may open your eyes. It turns out that Kathleen represented the ladies very well and turned out to have the most humiliating picture featured today on UMass Yak Bag.
way to go, Kathleen.
Congratulations, Kathleen. We'll see you next week when we find out the winner of the 2 days cumulative humiliating pictures. And we're going to talk about more fascinating things to mold your mind, change your opinions, and make you a better person. Thank you so much, genuinely, I mean it, for watching UMass Yak Back this week. I'm John Hollowitz. And don't forget, it's going to be a cold winter.